Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and wait until you see all the XRP news that's rolling out. It really does feel like we're watching NDAs start burning off. Got a lot to cover. If you're going to join the group to see the second half of the video, go to daixrp.com to join the Patreon, or click the join button right here below any of my YouTube videos if you'd rather join through YouTube. You're not going to want to miss this. You're also going to want to go ahead and secure your XRP with a Caleb and Brown account, my affiliate partner. Go to xrpwealth589.com. It'll forward you right to this page, which is my sign-up page on Caleb and Brown. So you get your institutional custody, you get the liquidity to make your exit, and you get an actual person you can talk to and talk about how you want to do orders and all those things. You can't get it anywhere else. Okay, here we go. The rise of the XRP Treasury Thesis from Bank XRP. Watch this, folks. This is amazing. This is put out by Bayberry Capital. New phase of adoption. A shift is happening. They're talking about Vivo Power, Wellgistics, these companies using XRP for payments and treasury, built on the Bayberry Capital built on the Treasury Thesis. Let's go down here. What it means to be an XRP Treasury company. To operate as an XRP Treasury company means accumulating XRP based on fundamental utility, not hype, not cows at your conference dancing. Treating XRP as strategic capital, not just a price play. Staying liquid, interoperable, prepared to move capital instantly across borders and platforms, remaining disciplined in accumulation and allocation. And then you go down here, says most assets are adapting to real world need. XRP is designed for liquidity, engineered for speed, proven in enterprise environments, and now legally clarified in key jurisdictions. It is game on, folks. And look at this, here they come. Hyperscale data plans to acquire up to $10 million in XRP. Alt Capital is a subsidiary of Hyperscale Data, plans to acquire up to 10 million XRP to support its upcoming XRP lending platform for U.S. public companies. Then we've got this, Webus International Limited to buy up to $300 million worth of XRP to establish strategic reserve, develop infrastructure, accelerate global expansion initiatives. And here it is right here. It says, establishment of a strategic XRP reserve enabling instant low-cost cross-border settlement. Right there. And I think that Riz said it better than anybody. Are we witnessing the 1700 NDA slowly coming alive? Or, the way I put it, are we watching the NDAs burn off like oil? Now, I've seen some people say that, and so this, I mean, you know, it happens. I've seen some people say that this might be fake or whatever. Maybe it is, but Chad Steingreber usually looks into things before he posts them, so I'm going to just assume for now that it's real. If we find out it's not, then it's not. Something is going on today. Aramco, Saudi Arabian oil company, on tokenizing oil on the XRP ledger. Man, sounds like placing the petrodollar or something. And then he had this link from this person. So it could be, I don't know, but he goes on down here. Aramco Oil, major state-owned petroleum and natural gas company that is a national oil company of Saudi Arabia. Aramco White Rock integrates XRP ledgers for faster, reliable tokenized asset. Ripple, major partner in Japan, is joining forces with Saudi Aramco. Well, see, folks, the reason I wanted to cover this is because it reminded me of something. Back, I don't know if it was in 2019, but I did a video on this. You can look it up. And there was an article titled, Did Saudi Aramco Invest in XRP? This is from Trust Nodes in August of 2019. When Blythe Masters, a British former executive at JP Morgan, first started whispering about the technology behind Bitcoin being revolutionary, Hamid Rowi was enjoying the 25th year working at the state-owned Saudi Arabian oil company known as Saudi Aramco. He describes the position there as a knowledge management system strategist, architect, and business culture change agent for Saudi Aramco, to then become special projects group leader. That's until late 2015, when the blockchain was about to become a very big thing, at which point he invested in Ripple, with Rawo, now I'm butchering his name, now describing himself as an XRP holder and a consultant on the future of global real-time payment and gross settlement between banks and financial institutions. That doesn't quite suggest Aramco itself has bought XRP, hence the title being questioned. But this oil giant, which accounts for 90% of Saudi Arabia's revenues and most of its foreign earnings, and is owned by the king himself, has been somewhat very active in the wider blockchain space. When I think about blockchain, it makes me rethink what we're doing today, because blockchain will change the way we do business forever. Fahad Al-Tabib, leader of the payment processing group in Saudi Aramco's banking operations division, said at the beginning of the year, this will not happen, especially in the financial sector, without the help of the local partner banks. Administrator of the finance and accounting division at Aramco, further telling participating banks, we are looking forward to your active participation with Saudi Aramco to establish this new network of blockchain within Saudi Arabia, a transforming country. I mean, folks, there's a lot going on. Then we've got this. This is from Bitcoin Desk. These guys are getting bullish on XRP too. XRP spot ETF in the U.S. moves closer to reality. And then we have this from Chad Steingraber. Like I said, you have limited time. Prediction 8, U.S. Department of Labor will relax its guidance against crypto 401k plans, enabling billions of dollars to flow into crypto assets. I agree with him. You have limited time. There's a limited amount of XRP, and it's being deflated with every transaction. President Trump meets with Fed Chair Jerome Powell at the White House. If he lowers interest rates, it's on like Donkey Kong. You're going to see this thing go absolutely nuts. Then we have Hester Pierce at the Bitcoin conference.
One complaint that I had was that in an environment of regulatory uncertainty, it actually is much harder to identify the bad actors, and it ends up giving the bad actors sort of a more ability to do bad things, and it drives legitimate actors either outside of the U.S. or into other industries, because it's not worth it to them to try to even wade through that morass. And so I think that's what we're trying to do, is create a good environment for the legitimate actors and a bad environment for the bad actors.
That's great.
One complaint that I had was
Whoops. Went too far. Okay, now this one right here. See, I know everybody wants to all get along, but you have to understand these Bitcoin maxis have been lobbying. Remember what Michael Saylor said before Trump came along. He wanted all other digital assets to be securities. He wanted Bitcoin to have the only ETFs. It's on video. I've played it. These are not good guys, folks. So they're going to have to, you know, acknowledge that they're wrong in the past. Otherwise, I mean, every time the XRP price goes up, they start back trying to bash XRP, folks. I think they're finally going to have to kneel, because they're about to get a level playing field that they've lobbied their best against, because they wanted all the money to flow into Bitcoin. That's been what it's been about all along. It's not because they think Bitcoin is special. That's what they put out there, but that's not what they believe. They know what the threats to Bitcoin, and they're worried, and they should be.
Funny because Bitcoin maxis sometimes tweet at me about altcoins, and they're like, yeah, they're all securities and we want you to regulate them into the ground. And then I say, come on, the ethos underlying Bitcoin is an ethos of freedom, of people making their own decisions about how they want to store value and how they want to transfer value from one to another. And so keep an open mind in terms of letting other people make decisions about what they want to do with their money, and don't look to government to try to get rid of altcoins, right? That isn't the freedom ethos we have. You might disagree with someone else's decisions, and that's great, and that's fine, and you can have those conversations. But I think it's really important for us to maintain an environment in which people are free to make their own choices, even ones that I wouldn't agree with, that you wouldn't agree with, and then bear the consequences of those decisions and learn from that. And I think that's what has made, again, what's made this country what it is giving people the choice to live their own lives without having someone tell them, no, that's not smart for you to buy, or it's not good for you to be in the casino, right? I mean, that's people's choice.
Bingo. Okay, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com, the Patreon. If you'd rather join through YouTube, click that join button right below any of my YouTube videos to join through YouTube. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.